Thank you very much. These are some very important points. Everybody in here that's over the age of 18 should be running for something, whether it's precinct delegate, whether it's school board, whether it's township, or whether it's county. That is important. Think about the impact we would have if everybody sitting in this room ran for, and we took 70% of those things that we ran for. Think about the impact. That's huge. Remember, it's not a majority that changes and keeps liberty. It's a dedicated, unwavering, unmoving minority. This country was won against the superpower of the world with only 3%. Think about that. All it takes is an unmoving, dedicated minority. So thank you very much, Jay, for coming up and coming here tonight and talking to us about that. Now, the next person I want to introduce is a county commissioner. He happens to be the only one in his right mind, in my unbiased opinion.
That's debatable.
Well, he might be a little crazy, but he's crazy in the right way. So if I could have Steve Lanius come up, and he's going to give us a little bit on the county and the outlook for 2024.
Very debatable whether I'm in my right mind or not. It's 4-1, you know? It's always 4-1. That's the way it seems like, anyway. But anyway, a few things that we've done in the last couple months. One of the things has been a rate increase for county services. I don't know if you all been experiencing any of that when you go in for permits for anything. That's all been raised. I was a no vote on that, incidentally. We appointed Denise Belson to the Planning Commission. I think that's going to be a good person to fit our Planning Commission. And the Planning Commission needs a lot of help right now. And I think it's going to get there. We're trying to turn a corner there, and we'll see how that works out. Many of you, or I should say there's a few of you that have been into the commissioners' meetings as of late. And personally, I thank you for that. I need all the support I can get and all the help I can get. It's kind of difficult sometimes sitting there 4-1. But we recently spent $10,000 on a courtroom floor plan. And I don't know if it's going to get thrown out or not, but there's a little more to that story. Going through the courthouse, we spent a lot of money on it. And not really sure where it's going to end up. They want to build a new courthouse, another courthouse up on Cary Drive, and the floor plan that they paid for was simply to get an idea of how much square footage we need to support the courts that they want to move up there. And we'll see how that works out. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but I, for one, am for a night court. And whether that'll work out or not, I don't know, but I've got a little bit of a plan. We're going to try to work it through and see if we can't maybe get a night court in Hillsdale. We've paid all this money for this courthouse, big money for this courthouse renovation, and they're screaming they don't have enough room for all the courts, and I disagree. It's a municipal building. It should be open from 7 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. And if we utilize that space all day and all night, then we wouldn't need another building. We wouldn't need to spend money on another courthouse or move things over into another area. Then we voted on canvassers. This is a touchy subject for everybody, myself included. I tried to table that vote, and I couldn't even get support to have it tabled. I tried to table it twice. I felt that voting for the canvassers that were put forth, after this group of canvassers' nominations were thrown out, I felt it was an injustice, a great injustice. For one thing, I believe we owe it as commissioners to our constituents, which are all of you, of course, to settle the issue between who's the Republican Party and who isn't. If you go to the Michigan website, it shows Dave Mosby's party, this group right here, as the Republican Party. We know here And they know at the Board of Commissioners also that there have been people that have been thrown out of the Republican Party from the other group. And yet they still believe they're the Republican Party, which they can be a Republican Party. They're just not recognized by the state. So when this vote came up, I had a fit. We had a little bit of a row, and I couldn't even get support from not one single commissioner that's on the board right now to table that until this issue is resolved. And I felt that was a great injustice to all of us, myself included. But again, Ward 1. So when I can't get something tabled like that, that's an important issue to me, and it's an important issue to all of us. What do I do? You know, well, that's where I need your support too. And if you're not in my district, call your commissioner. Every chance you get, every time you have an issue with anything, call your commissioner. You know, you can tell me, and I get people from other districts calling me and giving me ideas on what I could do or what I can't do, and I'm not even their commissioner. And I said, well, call your commissioner. Well, sometimes that happens and sometimes it doesn't. So anyway, one of the other things we did just recently, all the county's employees got a 3.7% raise. And this was due to the study for classification and compensation that was done by Municipal Consulting Services. Okay, so what we did was we had Municipal Consulting Services come in and do a survey on all the employees that work for Hillsdale County. And the determination was we're very low. We are one of the lowest in the state, pay rate wise. So according to their recommendations, 3.7% was a step in the right direction to bring our county employees up to pay scale. I'm for that. These are constituents just like we are. They have jobs, they serve our community, and they should be paid accordingly. And I felt it was the right thing to do. So that's why I voted for that. So going forward, there's a few things coming up. I know the next meeting that we have is we're going to vote on the budget. They worked very hard on that, and I think it's a good budget for us for this year. There's not much money to work with, and we're skinning corners all that we can, and I do know that for a fact. I've had a couple meetings with the budget committee, and about every corner we turn, wow, there's no money for that, there's no money for that. So we'll see how that comes out at our next meeting. Other than that, I really want to promote you guys to go to your township board meetings, pay attention to what's going on locally, do whatever you can. Apathy is our biggest enemy. Our biggest enemy is apathy. And having said that, I see that in the last year, or maybe the last 6 months, I see a little more interest in the political environment of what's going on. And I see an impact in the county of what this group is doing, and it seems to be a positive impact. I think we had a very successful showing at the fairgrounds, and kudos to all the members that were working in that area and taking part in that activity. That was a great thing, and I, for one, really appreciate their effort. So, having said that, I'll turn it back over to John.